About to leave my 20s. Like I'm looking at 30 like this. Oh, I used to be a baby girl. You know that you're worth more than them because your own destiny is in nowhere near theirs. Like, he will feel bad if I turn him down. Let him feel bad. It's not your concern how he feels. It's not on you to make him feel good, my dear. It's not on you. I was so mean to young Lydia. So mean. Me, I already know, say, I said, I smell nice, I smell good, I look good. Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lydia Stanley, and if you're not new, thank you so much Butterfly for coming back to my video. In today's video, I'm really gonna head to pour myself a drink. Don't worry about what's in the drink. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. I poured myself a drink and I have been thinking about doing a video in my 20s, a series, or stuff. Kamsi does something like this, Kamsi Namani, on her channel, and it really just struck me that I'm about to leave. So her videos kind of inspired this, and it really just struck me that I'm about to leave. I just turned 28, so I'm about to leave my 20s. Like I'm looking at 30 like this. Oh, I used to be a baby girl. I'm still a baby girl. Oh, I used to be 17, 18. How old are you? 19. How old are you? 30. How? So don't mind me. I'm grateful for growing old. Growing old is a blessing, and I'm happy that I get to do so gracefully, and I get to do so with my love, by the grace of God. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be telling you some things I wish I knew entering into 20, or I wish my mind was aware of, or I wish I understood entering into my 20s. So 20, 21, 22, like my early 20s, when I still didn't really know who Lydia was. I'm going to be telling you those things and also expatiating on them a little bit more. So if that sounds like something you would like to see, I like to give advice. I'm someone that Oya Malukube, like if I know, I'll speak. Oya Malukube is if I know, I'll speak in, or who knows, let them speak. That's the apt description in Igbo. So if I'm someone that knows something, I cannot keep it to myself, okay? I see so many people now that I wish I was able to reach them, and I have this platform. So this is me just trying to tell anyone that will listen the things I've learned, the things I now understand, the things I feel like if you take some of it and apply it to your life, they will definitely leave you in a much better position. Do you get? There's no way you become worse if you practice one or two of anything I'm going to mention in this video, okay? And I feel like it will make your own journey a lot easier if you have these pointers that no one gave me or that I didn't know. Give me a thumbs up so that you do not forget, okay? I know you like the video. I hope you do like the video, so give me a thumbs up. If you want this to be a thing on my channel regularly, I think I can do it. Like I don't have to always do makeup or do get ready with me, but I can come talk to you like this. So if you want this to be a thing where I'm just sitting and talking, and you have more questions for me or more topics you'd like me to talk about in your 20s, please, if you want this to thrive, leave suggestions down below. But if I don't see anything, this might be the only installment in this series. Let's get into it. First pointer I have written down is I'll meet my love. And my love just got back home. Aww. Is that yours? Is that yours? Oh, I'm happy for you, baby. Welcome. Are they going to fix it now? At least we have it, so. Thank you. I love you. I'll meet my love. Me, Lydia, I'm a hopeless romantic, and this video is just going to be me being as raw and as honest with you. When I was in secondary school, let's say when I started becoming a girl, boobies started forming and I started becoming voluptuous, the regular hormonal feelings you get as a girl, like wanting guys to be attracted to you, started happening to me. And in that moment, I felt so alone. I felt so undesirable because I was taller than most of my classmates. I was bigger than them. Like, no one saw me as the person they'll ask to be their girlfriend. I was on low cut. I sagged my skirt, my school skirt. I wore high tops, those high sneakers. I was a very, very huge tomboy as well. It wasn't until uni that I got into makeup. So in those very insecure moments in my life, those very lonely moments in my life, I wish I knew that being single is what's meant to be normal. You know how the society just makes you feel like, oh, you have to be a couple, you have to be paired with someone, you have to be booed up with someone. I wish my mind was open enough to understand that I did not need to be with anyone to be a human being, to exist as Lydia. So that mentality got me warped very early. Like, I saw myself like, hopefully, thank God, I had guiding principles. Let me know if you want a video on that. But even through the phases where I was trying to be experimental or trying to, see what's up, in quotes, there were principle lines, there were points I knew, Lydia, whatever you do, you cannot get past this. You don't know what will happen if you do. You don't know what will happen if you don't. You don't know whatever it is, but you know that this is the line. This is where I draw the line. So there were a few of those that guided me from making very, life-altering mistakes, if that makes sense. But the one thing I knew from earlier on is that I wanted my love. I wanted love. I wanted to be in love. I wanted to be loved by someone. I remember this scenario. Me and my girls in secondary school were sitting like it was before a period. Period is like how they distinguish classes in secondary school. So there's first period, second period, there's break, third period, fourth period. So it was in between periods like that. And then everybody was just talking, like that was the period everybody was trying to say, oh, I like Mr. Tall, dark and handsome, we're talking about our dream guys. And in that moment, it was years later, Lydia, later, Igbo girl to the core. It was years later that I realized that I described my husband that day. Like, I described the love I had already started looking for in my head at 17. So if only I knew that even after describing that, the universe heard me, God heard me, and before I even spoke it, God already knew what I wanted. He has created my husband before me, 3 years before me. So he knew that this is what Lydia will want and this is what Lydia will see as perfect for her. This is the person I've made for Lydia, and Lydia, of course, will come and Lydia will want this person. But in Lydia searching for this person, Lydia was not patient enough for God's time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's all these things that I wish I knew. So if I had known that, I would have just stayed put and waited for my king. I'm telling you now, you do not have to be having sex. You do not have to have a boyfriend. I swear down, like, you do not have to have any of that to be a human being. Rather, keep yourself for the person that is special. Like, I heard this saying somewhere and I feel like it really resonates. You have the right to choose your husband or your partner, but your kids do not have the right to choose a dad. So choose right for them. The ultimate reason of having sex is for reproduction. Quote me anywhere. If you want to just feel pleasure, there are toys everywhere. You can help yourself. You don't have to always go meet that random sneaky link and infect yourself all the time, like you're constantly treating something. Your punani smells weird, and it's every time after you have intercourse with this person that it starts to smell weird. There's so many things in your 20s, bacterial vaginosis, that so many girls don't know about and they deal with. I have no single smell coming from my coochie. Like, my husband will testify. No single smell. I didn't know that in my 20s. it's everything all encompassed. So I would have just told myself in my 20s, Lydia, sit put. Work on yourself, work on your mind, work on your insecurity, work on your confidence. Know the person you want to become. Become that person. Work towards becoming her every day. Work towards growing your mind. Work towards actualizing your dream. Work towards dreaming. I couldn't dream for some points. Like, I felt I wasn't worthy enough of it. Like, me, how can I dream to have that? I know it's too much for me now. It's not people like me that have those kind of things. It's not people like me that will have that kind of love. I was so wrong. So wrong. Keep saying it, keep manifesting it, and with time, when the time is right, because our paths did not cross until it was time. Like, if we had met any other time earlier, I don't think we would have even met, because it was not meant to be time. So trust that process, and I will meet my love. That's just it. Like, I wish I knew that. I would have been a lot of things would have been different for me. So if you're someone that's a romantic like me, there's the power in manifesting. Say the kind of person you like. Describe his attributes. I told them in that class that day, I can deviate from this. I told them in that class that day that I want my man to be tall, to be dark, to be handsome. I want him to have really broad shoulders. And I was saying that with the mentality of looking at all the boys I had seen around in my life that time, like in my secondary school, in my regular life. I hadn't seen anybody that I was describing in my head. I wanted someone that when I stand beside as the thick goddess Amazon that I am, he would not look like he's my son. Do you understand? Like, I didn't want no skinny man as my dream man. Do you get? I wanted somebody with, like my husband. Like, I wanted somebody like that. I said I wanted somebody that can carry me. No one has ever been able to lift me. All the people that I wasted my time dating. That's why I'm telling you, like, if you really believe in that, just wait. Don't waste your time. All those people I wasted my time dating, none of them have ever been able to lift me up from the floor, except my husband. And he does it with so much ease. Sometimes I make it harder because I gain a little bit more weight, but he still carries me. That's the cocoa. All right. If you're a plus size girl, skinnier girls, it's easier for them to be picked up regularly, but thicker girls that people are scared of, people will fall, tumble over. I saw one video where he carried her, or she jumped on him. He was trying to balance with her, and he tumbled with both of them over. Couldn't be my husband, fam. So yeah, I met my love. Number 2, the money will come. You know how society just makes you feel like you have to be with a certain person or you have to be a certain way in society to fit in. For the longest time, I could not present myself how I was, to you or to anyone. Like, I was not confident enough because, say, I know get. Do you understand? Right now, I still haven't arrived, but I know day where I've been day before. Do you get? Like, I'm not where I used to be. And more now than before, I've learned to appreciate the growth process. Like, I don't take tiny things for granted. Tiny things as little as me cutting a tag off a new dress. I used to thrift shop a lot. Kaswambechi here in Kaduna, that was all I could afford. 100 naira shirts. I don't think there will be 100 naira shirts now, the way inflation is rising up. But that time, like, if you're in a landmark and you saw my feet, I'm telling you now, most of those jackets that you liked were thrifted, and I'll dress up. Like, I'm big, but I never saw myself. That's why I'm so excited about the brand me and my husband are starting. I never saw myself wearing the plus size ugly clothing that they make maternity clothes for, not even maternity, that's a bit derogatory, but you get what I mean by maternity in quote, like just long flowy gowns, when someone is pregnant and they just want freedom, don't want anything to hold their body. That's what they make for plus size girls. Like, before I get pregnant, I want to be able to wear crop tops that fit me, that show my tiny waist and accentuate my big hips. Like, I want clothes that are made for me, you understand? So I didn't have that, and I would go to the Kaswambechi and still look for those things because I knew where I was going. I knew the kind of person I wanted to show up as. Maybe not in 5 years. I've never really been one to say, this is what I want to become in 5 years, this is what I want to become in 10 years. I'm someone that kind of pretty much lives in the moment, and then I move through the time, and then, after a period of time from moving from point to point, I'll look back and I'll be like, connecting the dots. You really cannot connect the dots before moving on a journey. You have to go on that journey. You have to become a butterfly. You have to shed your caterpillar self to become a butterfly, to earn your butterfly wings. That's why I love the butterfly so much. Like that growth process, that singular growth process of being a wormy caterpillar to being a butterfly. Like, I don't mind. Everything about the butterfly is something I resonate with. Growth. So the money will come, because Lydia in 20s thinking of, oh, society says by 25 you should have a car, you should have a house, you should have moved out of your parents' house. If you have not moved out of your parents' house, you're a failure, you know, you should have this. I still don't have a car. I know I'll get a car someday, and I know when I do it's going to be glorious, but till then I'm not going to stress myself about it. I still move around. When I'm in cities that have boats, I use boats. Kaduna here, we don't have boats yet, or they say they do, but it's like in town. So around here, I still move around with my keke. I still fly my bikes. Does it get me from point A to point B? Yes, that's all that matters to me. Like, I never am someone that would come up and show myself as someone I'm not. Do you understand? But I know how to package. That's something I want you to learn too. Like, don't look like the suffering that you're going through, but also don't go and steal to not look like the suffering you're going through. Don't go and beg. Don't go and sleep with men to not look like the suffering you're going through. Like, in every stage, just try to look your best and trust that you will grow. That's just what I'll tell you. That's what I'll tell myself. That money that I'm worried about. Starting YouTube, I started YouTube like almost 6 years ago now. Even though I was not consistent, but I started being consistent when I got married, and I've seen a huge difference on my income that I make on YouTube. Before, I literally will make like zero in months, 0 point something dollars in months. But now I make like the regular like 200, 300, 400. I know it will still grow. You know, I know my channel it's not something I'm questioning. I don't kill myself for channel numbers. I know it will still grow. I know whatever business I start to still flourish, because I'll manifest it, because God will bless the works of my hand, because I believe that good things are meant for me. I did not used to believe that good things were meant for me before. And the power of your mind, the power of your mental stability, the power of what you think about yourself. You know, like when you're talking to yourself in your mind and you're being so mean, like, look at you, so ugly. Look, I'll get to that in the body positivity part. But like, be kinder to yourself in your mind. Talk to yourself kindly. You will make this money. You will be successful. This school that you're trying to do, you will finish it. Don't worry, the money for the school fees will come. Like, believe it and manifest it into your lives. I'm telling you, like, when I learned the power of manifestation, my life has never been the same. Like, it always keeps getting better. Out of the mind or out of the heart are the issues of life. Like, think about yourself, how you want to be. Manifest that girl, manifest that boy, manifest that man, manifest that woman, okay? You're worthy, you deserve it. And I'm telling Lydia in her 20-year-old self, like her younger 20s, that money will come, because the money is coming now, and I know it can only get better. I'm able to afford things I couldn't afford before. Till now, I'm still telling myself the money will come, because, you know, as you grow through life, your wants, your desires get bigger, and, you know, your destiny just opens up to accommodate that desire even more. So I'm still telling myself now that it's almost 30, money will come, okay? And not all, the next one now is, not all relationships should lead to sex. As a young girl, like, I'm being plain with you, I did not know a lot of things. I was very naive. There's a video I want to do, right? The video is, I want to title it, "Dear Naive Young Girl, There's Evil in the World." Like, I was so naive. Let me know if you want to see that video, okay? But I was so naive to the point that I did not know that following a guy to his house translated in urban whatever to the guy wanting to have sex with you, that she follow the guy go house. Now that means say she won't collect. Do you get? Especially in Nigeria, where people do not regard rape. It's very sad, but people do not regard rape as anything. Like, there are so many rape apologists among us. Like, you will be shocked the amount of rape apologists we have in this our country. I was 16 and I met this guy that was 36. Now, in my head, when I was younger, I was like, oh, okay, this older guy. And he kind of had the descriptions I had, you know, that described my husband. He kind of had it like, he was dark, he was older. Not older, but like, he was he just had a few of the features. You get, like, my young mind then was like, this person actually, he's a bit chubby. He's not like this other skinny guys that come to talk to me or that don't talk to me. So I went ahead to talk to this guy, and I did not know. Now I know that he was grooming me to have sex with me. And the day it happened, I felt so wounded. I felt he actually did, take advantage of me. And if I had known what I know now, I would know that, okay, stay away from situations where you cannot immediately control. People will say, oh, there are scenarios where the girl will be describing the situation, and you say, oh, so why didn't you stand up and run? Why didn't you tell him no? Why didn't you say you don't want this? Why didn't you simply just stop him? I didn't know that I could do that. I didn't know that I could say no. I didn't know that I could have put more value in myself to say, okay, this is not the best I can do, so I'm not giving it up for this person. I'm not going to even give this person the time of day. Do you understand? Like, if I didn't feel that connection, I would not have given them the time of day, and that would have saved me a lot of rubbish relationships. I'm rubbish to the core, I'm telling you. Nonsense relationships. And it's even worse now, where 2 days, 3 days, like, look at Big Brother and everybody just sleeping with everybody. I'm not judging anyone, but I feel like that's a depiction of how easy it is for people to have sex these days. So in this kind of current situation, because I don't judge anyone that is on that show, if they put 24 hours camera on a lot of people's lives, like, we'll see many more blackened people. So those ones they're even doing is even regular. Like, they just have high sex drives and they don't care. They don't care about repercussions. But someone like me now, I would care. I would know, okay, I do not want any videos like this circulating of me. That's something I did that protected myself a lot. Like, even in those moments, that's an example of the line I'm talking about. Even in those moments, when a guy will ask me to send nudes, I know that I cannot snap my face and send to this person. Like, I knew, even in that my young mind. Some young girls, like, they will be cajoled to the point that they will make them make videos of themselves even while having sex, and then these sex tapes, in quotes, come out to haunt this young girl when she's trying to get better for herself or try to develop into a more aware young woman. Like, the wicked people bring up the videos, the pictures, and just ruin her reputation. Do you understand? Like, I so much like Tiwa Savage. I wouldn't say that she's like my role model or anything, but for the fact that she was able to come back from that sex tape, whatever, being as big as she is, like, I refuse to watch that tape just out of respect for her. Like, I did not care to watch that tape. Do you understand? So it's things like that you can protect yourself from. If you're going to somewhere to meet a sneaky link, if you can be the one to book the hotel, so that you make sure that where you booked, there are no cameras there, no secret cameras, nobody trying to spike your drink. You're aware of drinks you take in parties, you're aware of drinks you take in locations, so that you're not drugged. Do you understand? You're not raped repeatedly. Like, I've met people that have gone through such dark things. Like, I wish so many young girls know that, okay, this clique you're trying to fit into, you're trying to fit into a certain clique, that's why you're hanging out with this certain set of people. You know that you don't need them to feel like a person. You know that you don't need them to define your worth. You know that you're worth more than them, because your own destiny is nowhere near theirs. Like, you're made for greater things. You will know that, you will believe it, you will be that person. I didn't know any of that. So I'm telling you now, not all relationships should lead to sex, no matter how he's pressuring you. If you're a virgin and you're saying, okay, you want to wait till marriage, wait till you're married, and make sure you marry your love. Make sure you marry the love of your life, so that when you're giving it to him, it feels like the best thing ever. In a world right now where, everyone is sleeping with everyone, there's a beauty in protecting yourself. You can have maybe just one sneaky link, someone that is also for you, because the kind of STDs that are going around now, the strong ones that are incurable, I swear, that is what I mean by God helped me not to make life-altering decisions, like sleeping with someone that had HIV, for instance, and not using protection, or herpes, or something just very incurable, something that I would have to deal with for the rest of my life, or sleeping with someone and not taking care of myself, to the point that maybe I got pregnant for someone that ended up ghosting me after 2 weeks of us talking. They just ghosted. Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine a life like that when you end up with a child. Of course, children are a blessing from God. I'm not disputing that. But there's a beauty in gifting fatherhood to somebody that you love and that loves you as well. Like, I cannot wait to gift fatherhood to my love. It is something that should be special. Don't just go around having children, no matter what he tells you. The one that kills me is those girls that say, oh, I will get pregnant so I can trap who? So I can trap him. And trap what? You think somebody that wants to be for you would wait for you to get pregnant to trap them? They will want to be with you regardless of nothing. You're not giving them anything. They just want to be with you. You're not even having sex with them. They just want to get to know you. Those are the people you should give your time to. Those are the people you should give your energy to. Once you feel someone does not match your vibe, do not come down. Don't reduce yourself for anyone. Don't come down. Don't reduce your values. Don't drop your values. Hold on to it. I want this certain standard of man. If that certain standard of man is not the one talking to you, you do not owe that person any. He will feel bad if I turn him down. Let him feel bad. It's not your concern how he feels. It's not on you to make him feel good, my dear. It's not on you. Okay? The male attraction I'm seeking will do more harm than good. It will come more with time, and it will come more with time. This means that when I was younger, I was, like I already said, I was looking for a lot of male attention because I didn't feel attractive. I didn't overcome my insecurities. I didn't feel beautiful. Now I feel so beautiful. I feel so sexy. I feel like a goddess. Do you get? I feel like an Amazon. I know that people like me, they know plenty. My heart is good. I'm not one to blow my trumpet, but my heart is good. I'm striving to be a better person daily. You know, I'm just trying to find peace. This me now has totally become so much more confident in her own. Like, right now, it's crazy that men now sense that confidence and are trying to even... I get more toasters in quotes now that I'm married than when I was single. Like, literally just walking down the streets, I have cars stopping. Like, bro, I just want to get to the next point to go and get what I'm getting. I don't need you people to always come to talk to me or stare me down, or sometimes they even drive. They follow me to my house, thinking that they will still get me to talk. Do you understand? Sometimes I'm polite to say, okay, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Sometimes I just straight up ignore. Couldn't be me before. Any little tiny male attention, I'm all up like... Young Lydia was very naive, Sha. Very, very naive. Very, very, I want to say almost stupid. But it's alright. Yeah, I should have worked on my mind, you know, made sure that, okay, Lydia, you're confident in your own. You do not need any man to tell you you're beautiful, because you know you're beautiful, because you are beautiful. You know, because you tell yourself daily that you are. I didn't, like me before, I used to walk past the mirror. I don't used to look at the mirror because I couldn't bear to look at myself. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the level of out of it I was with my body? Like, self-love where? I didn't know anything about self-love in my early 20s. So yeah. Allow your meaningless friendships to end. Now, this is a very important one because it took me having to be in a certain year in my 20s to realize that, oh, this person doesn't even really care like that. This person just wants to use me for this. This person is just very seasonal. They only come around a few times. And this is not me saying that people should always have time for like friendships and like staying together and all of that. But you should be able to tell that this person, like, you know, sometimes adulting can be a lot, and your friends, you guys will talk for like some days, some weeks even, you know. It depends on the level of friendship. That's another thing. They are your work friends, they are your home, close, indoor, inner circle friends. They are your very acquaintances, you know, you speak to them once in 6 months, you know. Depending on whatever relationship you're building, you should understand that you cannot require what you require from your acquaintance, from your inner circle friend, or from your sister-like friend. That's something I didn't know how to distinguish. I thought everybody, because me, I'm very loyal. I'm very like, I'm all in. Like, I don't know how to put one leg in and one leg out. Do you get? You've seen me in the tiniest thing. You've seen me portray that. If you pay attention, you'll see me portray it in the tiniest thing to everything I do. So it took me being at this point in my life to realize that, okay, let the meaningless friendships end. Let them just go. Let them die off. Do you understand? Let them die a natural death. 20 children can really not play together for 20 years. And people that said that, the elders that said that knew what they meant by that. Okay? Let the friendships that don't serve you anymore, let them go. Be open to making new friends that fit the level or goal you're trying to achieve at each stage of your life. Now, if you're lucky enough, you get someone that changes with you with time, and you change with them as well. Like, you guys morph from being, bunk mates in secondary school. You went almost to the same uni, or you were in contact through uni. Somehow you're going through motherhood now together. Somehow your children are growing up together. You can be lucky. I don't think I found that kind of person in my life yet. But you can be lucky to find them in your later years than in your earlier years. So be open at each stage of your life. Trust me, dragging somebody, trying to mend a relationship with a friend that you know that this person, every time you meet with them, they drain you. You don't like their energy. You don't like how you feel as a person around them. You feel that you're more maybe guarded, or you're more fake, pretending to be something else just to be friends with them, or you don't like what they do. What they do does not, their goals and your goals in life have kind of grown apart. So what they do is not synonymous to what you want to become. And you cannot break off from this person because you feel like, we've been friends for 10 years, my dear. That's the person that will hold you back down on your growth process, on your development process, on your evolving phase. Like, that person will hold you down, because especially if you bonded on something that you have outgrown as a person and they are still stuck on, it's going to stress you out a lot. So whatever relationship, friendship that is, be willing to break it up. I'm telling you, you might be lonely for a while without a friend, but with time you will meet someone that would resonate with you as much as you resonate with them. The next point I wrote down is, my body I'm so insecure about is the most beautiful thing. I feel like if I get into this, I might start to cry. Lydia was so insecure. Especially because everybody made me feel like I was meant to be skinny. Skinny was the ideal situation of your body. You should not, how can you, once you have a little bit of fat on you, you're about to die. Diabetes is going to kill you. You're too big for your age. Not be me make myself, or it's genetics, it's how my body is. I'm an endomorph. You can't be comparing me to an ectomorph, or somebody that has a very extremely high metabolism. Like, doesn't make no sense. And even down to my mom, man, like, it was until I started growing and knowing my place. Like, I remember when I was in like secondary school or so, they forced me to come work out. And obviously, like, being I was not active in any way in secondary school, and I was a big girl. I've always been a big girl. I've accepted that now. I'm never going to be a size 10, and I'm okay with it. Like, I'm very okay with it. Do I work out regularly? Yes. Do I try to eat good food like most of the time? Yes. Do I try to do intermittent fasting like most of the time? Like, give my system time to clear out, time to reset my tummy? Yes. Have I cut out dairy a great deal from my diet because it was affecting my skin? Like, I did not know I was breaking out because of dairy, and I was so insecure about my skin. So it was just so many things. Like, I did not want to look at myself in the mirror one bit, because I was not as skinny as they expected me to be. I had such an unhealthy relationship with food because of that. Every time I would feel bad, I'll go and eat some more. When I started making some small money, touching some small money, it was only food I was buying. Even now, I'm even buying clothes and not buying food. Before, only to eat. That's what I knew. Because that's the reason I could use to console myself with how I was feeling. Which was so unhealthy looking back at it now. So unhealthy. Like, if only I loved myself just a tiny bit, I would not have been as mean as I was to myself. Oh, I was so mean to young Lydia. So mean. I don't want to cry. Why are you being dramatic? Don't cry. Be kind to yourself. Be sweet to yourself. Talk to yourself like you were talking to your absolute best friend. Like, don't say wicked things to yourself. Don't describe your body in terrible manners. Like, up until recently, before, if I was to edit a vlog, I will not edit a vlog because I will not put a part of me in a certain part of me in the vlog because I feel like, oh, my tummy is big in this shot. I don't have a flat tummy, and so what? No one cares. Honestly, no one cares. Like, when you think about your problems out of your head, like sitting out on a mountain somewhere and just looking at the world beneath your feet, you understand that very tiny, minute thing that seems to take over the whole of your mind. You're sleeping, you're breathing, you're eating, you're thinking about this thing all the time. It's so tiny in the grand scheme of the world, like you will just let it go. So that you can just exist, be here for what you're here for. Experience life to the fullest. Experience love, experience growth, experience peace. Be self-confident. Know that you're beautiful. Know that you were wonderfully and fearfully made. You're not a mistake. I'm not a mistake. Like, I've grown so much confidence in my own now. Like, I think my latest project now is walking the path. I feel like with the way I've achieved growth in my mind, my walk doesn't signify that. So I found myself recently now, I'm refining my walk. Before I used to, when I was a tomboy, I used to actually bounce. So like, hey, I used to bounce. And then I started walking very briskly. Like, Lydia can walk very fast. You know that video that they will say you're walking fast and you're saying, why have you not met your husband? That was me. Like, where are you running to? That was literally me when I walked. But now recently I'm realizing that no, this Lydia, she's not in a hurry. She carries herself with poise, with elegance. She takes her time to walk where she's going to. She is an epitome of beauty, so there's no need for her to scurry away trying to hide in shame, trying to walk fast so nobody will see her. See me, check me out. I'm a speck. Like, if you want to look. If you want to tell me I smell nice, tell me. But me, I already know, say I said. I smell nice, I smell good, I look good.
Facts, baby.
I love you so much. I look good. Honestly, like, if you can tell yourself that, if you can tell yourself that and believe it in your mind, in your spirit, in your young self, your current self, heal from all the traumas that you've been through in the past and try to start loving yourself. Self-love is not one day thing. I did not start one day to look at my thick thighs in the mirror and say, come on, look at that. Just look at that beauty. That wasn't me. I always used to think that, oh, they're so thick, they're so big, they're always rubbing together. I found ways to keep my thighs moisturized, and my thighs now are no longer dark. They've never been really dark, but they're no longer dark. Because as a big girl, I knew how to take care of myself more. I knew my leg will not have no thigh gaps. And I'm okay with that because I have thick bumps to cover up for that, okay? Thick, juicy ones. So my body cannot be like your body, and I'm totally okay with that. Like, I'm confident in my own, and I feel like you should work on your mind. If you're someone that is going through insecurities, if you're someone that is going through something now, work on your mind each day, each time, and I promise you, you will become so confident in yourself with time. and it will do wonders for you in your life, in your every life, your social life. You will know you don't need to front for anyone on Instagram. Like, I don't care. I do not freaking care. Grass ain't greener on nobody else's side. Like, on my side, I'm going to walk on my lawn. It's not greener anywhere else. My body is perfect. I don't care how anyone else looks. I'm not shaken by any other person's beauty in a room, because I know I am beautiful on my own. She is beautiful on her own. We are all beautiful together. The sky is big enough for all of us to fly together, okay? I hope you're getting what I'm dropping there. I hope you're getting what I'm dropping. My last thing I have on my list here, before I read it out, like I said, if you want this to be a thing, I can talk about finances. Like, even now, say if I still am not where I want to be with my finances, okay? Putting it out there, being very honest with you. But I feel like with these points I've given you, there are real life practical things that will really help your mind. Because honestly, if your mind is perfect, your mind is like the engine room to your whole life. To your whole entire life. It's your mind that needs to think those thoughts, make you act them out, make you experience experiences, put you in situations where you have to go through stuff, whether good or bad. It's all from your mind. So work on your mind, my lords. And if you want me to make more of the video, just let me know. So the last thing I wrote here is, I'm really feminine. A lot of things happening around me just brought out the masculinity. I say that because growing up, the earliest role model I had was my dad. And you know that thing they say, firstborns really go through it with their parents. Like, they go through it when you're frustrated, when we're still figuring out life. Like, right now I realize that so many of the things we thought our parents knew, especially about raising children, was probably the absolute first time. Like, I'm the firstborn. It was the first time that they had chances at being parents, you know. Our last one now is totally enjoying. Homo, they whipped my life. Like, I think it was borderline child abuse at some point, but we thank God. It made me into the woman I am today in some way, I guess. But yeah, seeing my dad yell a lot, I realized, or I felt, that if I didn't shout, nobody would take me seriously. If I didn't shout, I'll not be able to assert my dominance. If I didn't shout, I wasn't going to get respect. If I didn't shout, nobody was going to listen to me. If I didn't shout, I would not be able to communicate effectively, which was all a lie, like from the pit of hell, you know. But growing up, I was just very angry. Like, my sister that passed on, God rest her soul, I remember one day that she did this depiction of me. Because I'm a Leo, I'm a lion in my star sign. So she said, like, I'm a literal lion in person, that when I want to talk to my siblings, that I roar. I'll be like, roar. Like, this was what she did to, like, imagine her doing that to me, and I was just looking, I was so like, oh my God, so this is what these people actually think of me. My own sister, like, she said, you just be shouting, roar, 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 roar. She said, we just do it so that you stop shouting, not that you're getting to us. But like, I think that day, I kind of started slowing down a bit. But if I'm outside somewhere else, somebody annoys me, as in you will hear it hot, I will shout your head down. I don't care where I am. Sometimes I will be in public screaming down on somebody. I don't care who is standing there. When I'm finished, I'll now go back to my room and I'll cry my eyes out. Like, it was such a vicious circle. I don't wish that on anyone else. So even in my dressing, even in not, like now, even something as little as opening something tight. Thank God, God blessed me with a husband that really is very gentle with me, that really, you know, really is made for me. So he makes my life so easy. It's easy to be dependent on him. Do you understand? Being an independent woman is wahala sometimes. But don't get me wrong, if you're not here with your love, or you're not yet married, like, you can be independent. But I'm just saying, like, even being that independence, don't lose your femininity if that's something that you really want to tap into. Because I'm telling you, in your utmost feminine energy, you're more powerful than a man. Like, in your utmost feminine state, if only we can tap into that energy as females and not trying to be like, oh, I don't want to be perceived as weak or being too soft or being too feminine. Like, if only, if only. It wasn't until I met my husband that I knew I could ask for help for so many things. I started experiencing car doors being opened for me, gate doors, house doors being opened for me. No one could do that for me in my past. So those kind of things, like if I'm experiencing an issue, he'll try to help me solve it. It's made me very soft. Like, I'm less on the defense now. I'm less of like folding my hands. I'm more of like this now, because like, or more of like, you know, my arms are down, I'm at peace, I'm not ready to fight anyone, I'm just existing as the queen that I am. Do you understand? I'm grateful that God gave me a man like that, because all the years where I dated people that were doing nothing for my femininity or doing nothing to help me, you know, be less toxic. You know, I've improved as a person 1,000,001 times since meeting my husband, and he told me to that I have done same for him and his mental health and his own confidence and all of that. But it's a situation whereby we did that for each other because of how much we loved each other. And if you don't have someone in your life like that right now, do it for yourself. If you're someone that you want to be feminine, you want to be girly, you want to be at peace, you don't want to be masculine, like there are so many masculine traits. I don't want to go into it in this video, but if you're someone that does not want to be masculine in any way, you want to tap into your utmost feminine energy, your strongest point, and, you know, just flourish in life as a soft babe, not the trending soft, like soft life. Yeah, it's related to that in a way, honestly, because it's related to that, but like soft, like feminine softness, like not like soft life, like just being very gentle, like a dove as a girl, you know. Doesn't mean you're a pushover, doesn't mean you will not speak up when it's time to speak up for yourself, doesn't mean you won't protect yourself, your energy and your space, doesn't mean that people can you know, make you do what you don't want to do out of your own, like without them caring what you feel about it or not. Doesn't mean any of that, okay? It just means you're in control, you're in zen mode, nobody is moving you, nobody will hear your voice. Well, who are they to make you shout? You pass across what you want to say. If you're breaking up with a guy that has been so bad to you, so mean to you, cheating on you and all, you don't shout, you don't cry, you just let him know calmly that you deserve better. And you know you deserve better, so you're not going to be sad and you're not going to agree to a rebound. You get me? Do you get what I'm getting at? You get me? Honestly, like, being feminine for me has been a journey that I started going on just recently, just like maybe last year. Yeah, or the year before, maybe 2020. 2020, I was still even very masculine. Like, my husband had to help me unlearn a lot of the toxic traits I had as a method of an unknown defense mechanism I had because of all the rubbish men I was dating in my life. You get, all the people I was experiencing in my life at that time made me that way, or made me morph into that person. I realized that that person that I was in those days or those years, that's not me. That's not really Lydia. That's not me. I'm more aware of my life, my purpose. I'm more aware of what I want to do with myself, with my time here on earth. Do you understand? I'm more open to good things. I'm more open to manifesting the life I actually dream about. Like, all of that are coming from me being very feminine. Like, if it's about my husband, like, he knows that he's mine and I'm his. The whole of me is his. Nobody can come and say, oh, I have a secret text with LYDIA STANLEY. Nobody. There's no one that can say that, because my eyes is for him alone, and that's total utmost submission, which is a trait of being a feminine person. Let me not get so much into that, but yeah, that's it. My Zen balm is currently available to shop on Andara Luxury. We've been working on this product pretty much since the beginning of the year, and it's basically to target acne, target the formation of acne, target the prevention of acne, help your acne to heal, reduce the appearance of acne, basically against acne, because like I mentioned in the video somewhere down, I used to have a lot of acne on my face, and I've been using Andara Luxury for 2 years. 2 whole years, and I have nothing to say bad about the brand. Like, she's so intentional about her products, and I mean, look at my skin, it's spotless. Like, I don't have, even on my period, before my period I used to break out so much. I don't have pain, let me not say pain, like, I can talk about how I manage my pain during my periods and stuff like that, but that can be in another series. But I don't have pimples that comes out because of the estrogen production from using these products. Like, I'm currently on my period, let me shock you, maybe that's TMI, but yes, I am. And this, look at my face, I don't have any breakouts. Like, I just have my bath and use this. If I'm going out, I use sunscreen over it, but if I'm at home and I just had my bath and I'm staying home all day, which is most of the time for me, I use this. And it's 5,000 naira. You can get it for your loved one. You can use it on the acne on your back, on your chest, on your thighs, you know, anywhere you have pimples, acne. This will target that and reduce the appearance and clear it out for you. So, Andara Luxury, I'll leave the link in the description box. Please, 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 please check it out. Okay, thank you. That's it, my love. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel. Should we make this a thing? Like, if we're going to make this a thing, then I'll do it till I turn 30, and then maybe we'll move into experiencing life and figuring out life in my 30s. But let me know if you want it to be a thing. I feel like I've been coming into so much insight in my peace journey that I really would want to, like, right now all I crave as a person is peace in my core. And when your mind is still, when your mind is at peace, you're at your most powerful state. You're at your most powerful state. I wish you would understand it. If you do, good for you. You're probably already on your journey. But if you don't, I hope you will someday. So yeah, that's where I am at my journey now. Let me know if I should make this a thing on my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I need your help to grow, so help me share this video. If you learned anything at all, do a little cute story, post on your Instagram, tag me, post on Snapchat, tag me, you know, just spread the word on my behalf, Butterfly. I'm really relying on you. That's it, my loves. Okay, until next time, stay beautiful, stay amazing. I love you all from the depth of my heart. Thank you so much for choosing to be in my life. Thank you so much to all of you that even stopped me on the road to say hi. Yes, I can be very shy sometimes and straight up like want to run away. But those of you that do walk up to me, it's really amazing meeting you. Thank you for choosing to, you know, pay attention to me, because there's so many other people you could be paying attention to on the interwebs, but you chose little old LYDIA Stanley, and for that I'm grateful, very, very grateful. So thank you so much for sticking around. Check out my other videos in case you're new here. I'm sure you'll enjoy my vlogs. I'm sure, for sure, you will enjoy my vlogs. So even if you're not interested in makeups, check out a vlog or two. Okay, till my next video. Bye. Mwah.